Got a question for you today. When's the last time you took a break? I think so many of us are just going nonstop. I know, especially early in building my business, I was obsessed. I think part of entrepreneurship is just, it's normal to kind of have this drive. But I think it's important to take breaks. Breaks have been a huge source of reset for me. The older I've gotten, the more I've gotten into meditation and different, taking my vitamins and exercise and mental health. And as corny as some of those things can be, I really do believe in those things. And I know they've made me a better person. So today I'm going to be talking about breaks. I'm going to be sharing an example of how breaks have made me a better creative, a better business owner. It's helped me get more clear on our storytelling. And for me, I just think it's something that more of us need to prioritize. More of us need to take care of ourselves and realizing that slowing down is how we actually speed up. During the pandemic, there was just this weird phase that I was going through where I'm taking care of my son. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to be a good father. I'm trying to be a good husband. And I was feeling really burnt out. And I just made a simple goal of once a day, every day, to take an hour to just have quality time with my son. And we had this big stroller, so we'd go walk around my neighborhood and just get some sunshine. We'd go for like a 30-minute walk, and then we'd play outside for 30 minutes. And, it wasn't necessarily anything other than, boy, I'm just feeling burnt out. And then it turned into, I'd like to be able to walk or eventually jog and take my physical fitness a little more serious. It became one of my favorite parts of the day. Not only was I getting time with my son, getting some physical fitness in, I started to notice that a lot of the things that I was thinking on that were stressing me out, that were causing me anxiety, I was getting the opportunity to kind of shut my brain down and just soaking up nature, enjoying being outside, enjoying getting some sunshine, chatting with the neighbors every once in a while. And then other times my brain would go to work on problems. Around the time we had kicked off Myelin, so we didn't even have a working name for the company. We knew the type of projects we wanted to do, but we didn't know what kind of company we wanted to be. I found our mission statement. I found so much of our copy. I wrote so many blogs. I came up with so many of our best ideas in our business by taking that hour-long break, going out there, jogging or walking, and just giving myself the permission to shut my brain off a little bit. Just like the benefits of meditation, I've really seen giving myself a break, in the middle of the day being something that plays a big role in moving me forward. And it took me trying this out to really believe that slowing down would help me speed up. We've covered so much ground in our businesses over the last couple of years just because I feel like I've been able to bring better ideas to my team, to our work, to our clients. Oftentimes when I have big proposals, I spend the time and I make sure before I write those things that I give myself a nice break to think on these things, to really reflect on a great conversation and apply that into what our proposal is going to be. Our best solutions are coming from there. There's just been so many benefits for me. And as that's evolved, I don't get this right every time, but I'm trying to set more and more time aside. I've made it a bigger effort in the last year or so to set time aside on Fridays. Some Fridays, yes, I got a deadline, I got something to work on, or I'm booked on a job, and yeah, I'm going to work that day. But more often than not, I am spending time thinking through these ideas, working on these things. Maybe it's producing content. Maybe it's coming up with an idea on our website, working on me, or maybe it's just spending some time with my family. Giving myself more boundaries is making me feel more energized and excited about this work. I didn't get into this work to work 80 hours a week. Admittedly, and I think so many people who have built their own businesses can relate to this, you trade the 9 to 5 for a 24/7. I can remember those early years putting in 80, 100-hour weeks just because I had so much belief and so much excitement. And not that I don't have those things, but I can't sustain that. I value rest. I value bringing my best self to my customers, to my team, to my family, to my kids, to my community. I really want to set more time aside. I mean, a big part of even kicking off this channel and really giving YouTube effort again is that reason. I know every time I give more, every time I give myself the permission to reflect and think, like, that's when I'm bringing the best ideas and the best solutions. It's not just about closing the next deal. It's not about being a more creative person. It's not about putting in more hours. Often it's slowing down. Like even a big part of 2024, do less was my mentality. I was really sitting, I was thinking 2023, boy, I did a lot. We scaled up the business and that's great. But at the same time, I really want to do better. I want to do more creative things. I want to do things that fill me up. So part of that is learning to say no to the things that aren't us, aren't for us, and giving myself more free time to have creative thought, to work on the things that I want to work on. Just because I'm doing less on the business side of things doesn't mean I'm doing less for my creative career. I want to slow down. I want to think about what's right for me, and I want to do work that I'm proud of. There are seasons where, yeah, I'm pressing the gas, I'm sprinting, and I'm missing some of those breaks. I'm intentionally overworking. There are other seasons that I'm really reflecting, that I'm thinking, that I'm spending that time. You know, I live in Ohio, so it's really cold. I'm not going out there when it's below 45 at this point because I'm soft. And in those seasons, I am doing a little bit more, computer work, revitalizing and things like that, and copy for our websites or our systems. So I'm doing a lot of execution. But when it's warm out, that's when I'm really making a priority of these things. So it's not about like week to week being exactly the same for me as much as just listening to my body and making sure, boy, am I feeling burnout? Am I feeling stressed? What can I do for myself to maybe make myself feel better and to bring my best self to each situation? There are going to be seasons that I'm pushing really hard. There are going to be seasons that I'm really reflecting and I'm looking inward and I'm trying to figure out what's next. And I think that's really what balance looks like to me anymore. It's not about finding a 20-hour work week or a 40-hour work week or an 80-hour work week, but it's realizing some weeks I'm going to be working extremely hard. Other weeks I'm going to be kind of coasting and it's going to feel like I'm not doing a whole lot. So, breaks, are you taking them? Could you benefit from them? Are you feeling stressed out? Maybe it's time for a break.